Hey guys, this is Brian from turfmechanic.com. Wanted to talk to you today about the Greenworks Pro 80 volt cordless battery mower. Obviously I own it, I use it, I've been using it. I've owned this for about a month, so it's not like I'm a long-time owner, but I've used it quite a bit. I got a lot of grass here. What you can see is just kind of my side yard. I've got a lot more yard over there and probably about an acre down the hill over there. Because I've got so much, I opted for the self-propelled version, which adds a good chunk to the price. It's always going to change, but ballpark it about $100 more or so for the self-propelled. Is this battery mower worth it? That's what I want to talk about today. These things are pricey. Even getting a push mower that doesn't have the self-propelled, it's really easy to buy it for $500 or more. Certainly shopping around, getting lucky with sales and discounts, you can get them for less. But once you tack on the self-propelled and the larger 4 amp hour battery, the price gets up there. I am a huge proponent of battery powered mowers. I own a bunch of them. I do have 2 gas mowers. One of them is a push, and the other one is a lawn tractor, like a riding mower. But these are what I am gravitating towards now. This is what I am pushing over on my website, Turf Mechanic, and I believe in them. This one, however, even though I like it a lot, I think it might be a little bit pricey for most people. There are other options. You can go and take a look over on my website and just Google Turf Mechanic strongest battery mowers, and you'll find a whole list, like it's a mega post where I review everything. Go take a look at that. There are other options that are probably better for a lot of people. However, this one is really fantastic. I like how you basically just got a standard mower. Nothing fancy here. Some of the fancy mowers have lots of bells and whistles when it comes to the way they fold up and all that. And that can be really nice if you've got limited storage space. But this just feels right. It feels like a mower. I don't know. It's just something tangible about like holding it and handling this machine. It doesn't feel like a clunky, overdone feature set, if that makes sense. It does have, this one being the self-propelled, I've got select speed, this little dial that goes up and down. It does work, but I'm not a big fan of it. If you're really into select speed, then there are probably better mowers, or I should say mowers that have a better select speed on it. This one is kind of hard to move while you're using the mower, and the speed doesn't change that much. Not to mention the fact that when you engage the self-propelled, it has a delay before it starts, and then it slowly speeds up to the full speed. So unless you're going on like a long stretch, the select speed might as well not be there, in my opinion. It starts fantastic. You got the push button start just like you'd expect. This extra lever back here is a little bit awkward to get to with your thumbs. It's almost too far away. Certainly once it's engaged, it's easy to use. But anyway, these are just small little feature things. The overarching point that I want to get to is this a good value? It's a good value if you want a strong mower. Man, 80 volts, there's not a whole lot of mowers stronger than that. Again, over on the site, I do review a handful of other mowers that are stronger than this. The ones that come to mind right off the top of my head is Sunjo makes a 100 volt unit. Yard Force makes a 120. Snapper makes an 82 volts. But this one is just about as strong as they get. I've never bogged this down. It's never stalled on me going through the thickest or the most overground stuff. I have stalled an Ego a few times, but this one, it hasn't stalled yet. So, I mean, shoot, I've got a gas mower, Briggs & Stratton engine that I used last year, and I stalled that thing a lot. So you've got plenty of power in this. For the money that you're spending, definitely check out the website. There are some other options out there, and if you shop around, you're going to end up finding a good mower that's comparable to this, and it might even save you a few bucks. Having said that, there are other mowers that are more expensive than this too. If you like the Greenworks brand, this is a great option. There's another one that just came out this spring, I should say this winter, kind of in the January 2020 range. It's also a Greenworks. It's a 60 volt, so it's not quite as strong, but I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it and giving it a try because it's got a turbo button. This one does not. The turbo button means that you use all power possible at the touch of a button. You don't have to wait for it to encounter thick turf to rev up. The turbo button is something I'm really interested in giving a try because all of these mowers rev down when they're not needed. Right now you see the grass is pretty short. So if I were to rev this thing up, you wouldn't really need all the power, and it knows that. So it goes to a lower RPM speed for the blade, which is great. I mean, that extends the life of the battery. You can run for, you know, let's say 45 minutes instead of 25 minutes using that feature. However, if you're like me and lots of other people who like to mulch the clippings, you really want that extra speed all the time so that it mulches better. If you're bagging, that extra speed provides more suction to get the clippings into the bag. So if battery length matters, then yeah, that smart sense, or whatever you want to call it, is a great feature. But if you don't really need an hour of runtime, if you've got a small patch of grass, if you've got a couple batteries, you don't mind swapping them out, I would rather have that extra power for the mulching and bagging capabilities. Anyway, that's all I want to say for right now on this. You might call that a review. I wasn't really actually going to call this a review. It's just, is it worth it? I think it's worth it if you are in that price range. If you are willing to spend between $450 and $700, depending on your feature set that you select, the battery setup and whatnot, it's a pretty good value. Make sure to check out the other blog posts, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do similar videos to this with the other mowers that I've got. Currently in my garage, I have 5 of them. I should say I have 4 in the garage plus this one. I've got other cordless mowers literally coming to my house. They're in transit as we speak. So I'm going to be going through a lot of these things. I mean, this is what I do. This is my business. So I don't just review products based on what's written on the box, man. I buy them, I bring them to the house, and I use them. So I've got a lot of like personal experience with these things. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if that's your thing, and leave some comments because I get comment notifications on my phone and I'm right on them. So if you need some advice, got a question, just want to say hey, just let me know and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me go turn this off now.